how to become a better player mentally. There's a few things that I would recommend you. The first one is practicing. Now, I know you came to this video looking for the mental game, and we're gonna get there, but without practicing, the things that I'm gonna share with you further in this video won't even matter. So you have to practice, you have to take those reps. The more reps that you take, the more confident you're going to be. Whenever I do like a group camp and I'm talking to kids, I do this thing. I walk up, and the first thing I do before I start talking is I point to a person, I say, get up, and I shake his hand. Now, they're going to be very uncomfortable in that situation. They're gonna be a little bit like hesitant. They look at me a little weird, and they're not really comfortable with me yet, but I give them a handshake, okay? Then I start talking, and within a few minutes later, I tell him to get back up, and I give him a handshake. Now, the second time is gonna be less awkward, and it's going to be more relaxed. And then he sits down, and then I continue talking. And then a few minutes later, I ask him again. I say, get up, and I give him a handshake. Now he's gripping me confidently. He's relaxed. We've done it 3 times now, right? So you get where I'm going with this. The more times you do it, the more relaxed you're going to be, the more comfortable you're going to be, the more confident you're going to be. Whenever I do the group talk and I do that little example, by the time we've ended, which he'll probably do about 7 times, he's walking up to me and he's giving me a handshake. And it's because he's so comfortable with me. So I wanted to give you that example just to share with you. By doing things over and over and over, you're going to feel more confident, you're going to get better at it, you're going to be more relaxed, and it's going to come more natural to you. That's something that you have to do if you're going to work on the mental game. You have to take those reps along with the things I'm going to share with you now. Now that you've been taking those reps, the next thing you want to do is breathe. As a player, we forget to breathe. We get so caught up in the game that we forget to breathe. So you want to breathe to relax you, to bring you back to the present, to get you to focus, to give you oxygen. There's so many benefits to breathing, and as a player we have to remind ourselves, and the way that I would recommend you do it is breathe in through the nose for 3 to 4 seconds, filling up your belly with air, and then blow out. And you see, if you did this right now with me, which I'm going to have you do it with me, in through the nose, out through the mouth, you already feel more relaxed. I know I do. You can hear how I'm talking right now. I'm more relaxed than I was earlier. Now, we have to remember to do that. My coach at UCLA, he always used to say to us before practice and before games, he would say, you know what? You guys need to breathe. You can't forget. It's going to help you out. Breathe. And he would tell us in through the nose, out through the mouth. And he always said that when we were in practice. As a young player, it would just go through one ear and out the other. I'm like, I don't need to do that. Well, sure enough, I remember we were playing in regionals, and I batted in the 2-hole at this time, and the 8 and 9-hole hitter, they get on base, right? We're about to start a rally. Well, the number 1 hitter bunts him over, and then it's my turn. Now, they had me in the 2-hole to also drive in runs and to keep the rallies going, right? Well, it was a very pressure situation, and I could feel that anxiety and my heart just beating out of my chest, and I couldn't even breathe. Everything was moving so fast for me, and I'm walking to the plate, everything's going 100 miles per hour, and I just feel uncomfortable. And as you can already tell, I get up there in that batter's box, and I'm not seeing the ball well, and things are moving fast. I'm like, oh, I'm moving fast. And then sure enough, boom, pop up to the catcher, get out. They literally gave me a run if I would just execute it. They had the third baseman back, they had the middle infield back. They were like, hey, we'll give you 1 run if you put it in play. And then I walked back to the dugout. I'm furious, and I'm like, man, they literally gave me an RBI. Like, we need all the runs we can get, especially with the team that we were playing at the time. And so I go back on defense. Brandon Crawford is the shortstop. Me and him always talk about the third baseman, and we're talking about this, and he said, hey, did you remember to breathe? And I was like, nah, I didn't. Things were just moving too fast for me. And so next to bat, same situation, which was crazy. 8-hole hitter gets on, 9-hole hitter gets on. They bunt them over, and it's my 2nd time up now. So here I am. I remember to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I added something that I'm going to share with you in a second, but we'll get to that. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. I walk up to the plate more confidently, slowly, with some swag, you know. I looked like I was about to do damage up there. Sure enough, I went in there, tried to throw me that same pitch he threw me, took it, boom. Oh, I'm ready for you now. Gave me that pitch that I wanted, whack, drew it to right center, double in the gap. We scored 2. I'm over here going, let's go. You know what I mean? Just breathing, bringing myself back, calming myself down, relaxing myself. It helped me so much. It's gonna help you too. So remember to breathe. Now, the next thing I also did while I was breathing was I visualized. So I went in through the nose, out through the mouth, but I visualized myself being successful. We as humans have the ability to do that. We can look forward before things happen. So that's a powerful, powerful thing as an athlete. Look before, see your success. And all you need to do is just visualize. See yourself doing what you want. In that particular instant, I was still on deck. I was here, but I was thinking of myself at the plate, him giving me that pitch that I want, looking for something middle away, up in the zone, hammering it, taking my A swing, whack, and driving that ball. Sure enough, he gives me that pitch. I didn't miss because I knew what I wanted. I knew I was going to hit it. And that right there is the key. Knowing what you want and knowing when you get it, you will hit it, believing that you can. And that was just visualizing. I'll give you another example of a player that does this, or he did do this. A-Rod. A-Rod had a highlight video of himself. And every day before a game, after the game, he would watch himself hit doubles, watch himself hit home runs. And he'd be like, yeah, that's me. That's what I do. And sure enough, what happened is the Yankees seen what he was doing and said, hey, let's do this for all our players. So every player now gets a highlight tape of themselves so they can visualize themselves be successful. And I know your parents follow you around, they go to your games, and they record you all the time. Well, take those highlights of yourself just dominating, compile it together, and give yourself 5 minutes before a game and just visualize. See yourself just dominating. See yourself hammering the baseballs. It's going to help you a lot, help you so much. Now, the next thing I'm going to share with you is positive self-talk, okay? Your positive self-talk is super important for you to be better in your mental game, because that little guy in your head is telling you you can't do it, or you feel uncomfortable, or you suck. That little guy is trying to sabotage your baseball success. And the way to defeat that guy is your positive self-talk. But here's the thing, you have to say it like you mean it. You can't say, I am a good hitter. You can't say that. That's not positive self-talk. You got to say, like, I am the best hitter. You see how I said it? I said it with passion. I said it with emotion. And that changed my body language. I went from, I am a good hitter to, I am the best hitter. You see how I started like moving? I started becoming that person that I'm saying I am. And that's literally what I would do on defense. That's what players at the highest level do. Everyone has positive self-talk that they do to themselves somewhere on the field, rather that be defense, in the clubhouse, before they go up to bat. They're saying positive stuff to themselves so that they can dominate on that field. And you got to say it like you mean it. So anytime you see that little or hear that little guy, so anytime you hear that little guy in your head, but here's the key, you have to say it like you mean it. So anytime you hear that little guy in your head, little guy's telling you, you can't do it, you can't hit, you're not going to drive this runner in, you're not going to make that big pitch. You have to say, I am going to make this pitch. I am going to be the best player on this team. I'm about to hit a double right now. See how I'm saying it with passion, saying it with emotion, and that changes your body language. That's what you want. That's how you'll be successful on that. Now, here's the key to all of this, and this is how you get better with the mental game. Now, you do all of them together. And what I mean is, when you go to practice, you breathe, you visualize, you do your positive self-talk after every ground ball that you take. After every swing, bam, you hammer a ball. You're like, yeah, I hammer pitches away. I hammer pitches inside. Every time you visualize yourself doing that, You give yourself credit after each practice, after each game, after each swing. That is how you improve the mental game. A lot of times we practice, but we never give ourselves props. Give yourself props after each time you do things. Build yourself up. A lot of players right now are easy to tear themselves down, but will never give themselves props. Give yourself props, and you do that all in practice and in the game, okay? Build yourself up. You're good, man. You're really good. Believe it, because you are. I want to thank you for watching. If you want to know more about the mental game, watch this video right over here. This video is going to give you more information about the mental game and how you can get better at it. I appreciate you for watching. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.